So once you've found the house that you absolutely love, you want to make an offer on it. But a question that comes up often, especially to me as a real estate agent, is for my buyers is how much should I offer for the house? So I'm Rami Dhillon. I'm a real estate agent with Realty ONE Group Southwest in Temecula, California. And
I'm Alfred Ramirez from Impulse Capital Partners.
so, Alfred, I get this question asked a lot. So,
And as a realtor, Rami, what do you tell them?
as a realtor, we'll see.
Offer them what they're asking?
Well, first step is to see if the house that's actually listed at the price it's listed is actually valued at that price.
How do you find that
So
out?
what I do is I do a market analysis.
Okay.
So I do an evaluation of the property to see, hey, so let's say it's listed at 500,000. Do the comparable sales or support that value? Or is the house overpriced, or perhaps it's really priced under?
Underpriced.
Under. So
Now, when you're doing comparable sales, are you doing like kind? Like, hey,
Yeah.
three bedroom.
Right.
You know,
So-
2,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet.
Right.
You know.
Right. We look at similar square footage, similar number of bedrooms, similar types of upgrades. Does it have a pool? Location, view. We take into all those things into account. And we compare properties that are similar to the subject property. So once I do that, I let the buyers know. Okay, I think it's worth about 500,000. It's what the seller is asking. The value seems to be there, but question is now, does the buyer have to offer 500,000? And no, I think what you do.
Buyer doesn't have to offer 500,000.
No.
But nowadays, I mean, he could offer $500,000 and get closing costs included.
Yeah.
You know?
So what Alfred is getting at is we need to look at the market. Is it a buyer's market, or is it a seller's market, or is kind of somewhere in the middle? And so when there's a buyer's market like it was during the pandemic, houses were just flying off the shelves, and buyers were offering more than the asking price. And even if the property did not appraise, they were willing to pay that extra difference out of their pocket. Now we're in a completely different environment.
More and more of a buyer's market.
Yeah,
Now the buyer, see, before the seller can say, hey, I want this for my house, and you got to pay it.
Right.
Now it's the opposite way around, where it's a buyer's market, meaning, hey, the buyer can ask for a lot more.
Yeah.
And the seller is more than likely going to be like, well, shoot, man, this is my first offer in 3 months. Maybe I'll take this offer and give him what he wants. I'll give him 6% in closing costs,
Right.
or vice versa, or whatever you're asking for. Maybe he's asking $500,000 for his house, and you want to offer $450, or $480.
You're right. So and then ask for concessions, meaning ask for closing costs from the seller. So that's what Alfred means by offering or a little bit more, not necessarily the price, but asking for a little bit more in closing costs or other types of concessions. So you have to evaluate the situation. So what I would do is, in a more normalized market, which is what we're becoming or have become already, is that there's a little bit of give and take, and you have to find out a little bit more information about the seller. What is the seller's motivation?
Why are they selling?
Why are they selling? So as a buyer's agent, I would call the listing agent and the seller's agent and try to find out, hey, why is the seller selling? Does he have to sell? Is he relocating? Is there a divorce? Is there, whatever? Has there been a death in the family?
Yeah.
And so there's certain factors that will indicate that, hey, there's a lot of motivation here and they have to sell.
So maybe you offer a little bit less for it, right?
Especially if it's been on the market a while. So we're going to look at all these things. We're going to look at the motivation, what's going on with the seller. The thing is that the seller's agent doesn't have to tell the buyer's agent, and a lot of times they don't. But you know what? Sometimes you can find someone with loose lips and get a little bit more information from them. And if you do, and then that's the whole purpose of the buyer's agent picking up the phone and saying, hey, Mr. Seller's agent, hey, what can you tell me?
So the more information we have about that house that's selling, or the person that's selling that house,
Yes.
plus the information on the house with the comparables,
Yes.
is how we kind of come up with our
Right.
offer price.
Right, absolutely. And you can also, a lot of times there's an issue with the house. It could be the house is not in the best condition. Maybe that's why it's sitting on the market for 90,
maybe
or
the seller doesn't
120
have the
days.
money to repair it, or
Right.
maybe it's just paint. Maybe
Right.
just the seller, when he was living there, his kids painted the house pink or something, and
Yeah.
just don't like the color. You can ask for that stuff. Hey, you know what? Maybe you want $5,000 out of escrow, at the close of escrow to paint
Right.
the house,
Right.
or vice versa,
Or-
the carpet or whatever. So there's a lot of ways you could kind of structure this contract to get that, but or even negotiate down in price, because hey, I'm gonna have to spend $5,000 on the paint.
Right.
Maybe you could come down.
I think the better way to do it is either ask the seller to lower the price, or maybe get it in closing costs. So you have to look at the whole big picture, and so not only do you have to look at the house and the seller and see what their situation is, but you have to look at your situation as well as a buyer. What are you comfortable with? What are you comfortable with paying? Well, I mean, how much down payment? We're using that round number of $500,000 as purchase price, but so you got to look at, am I comfortable with the payment?
Yeah.
At
Always be
500,000.
comfortable with the payment.
Right.
That's the thing.
So that's the homework you're going to do before you actually start looking for a house that's
when you come to me before you look for the
right.
house.
You go to your lender first. Seriously, you go to your lender first. Make sure that you are comfortable with the payment of a $500,000 house before you even go out and start looking.
Yeah.
So let's say you've done that. I'm assuming you've done that. You are comfortable. That's when you start looking at all these other factors: the comparables, the condition of the house, the seller situation, and then as a result, you can decide, hey, maybe you're looking for a deal. Maybe you found a house that has a notice of default.
But they don't need to stress about all this stuff, because the realtor's supposed to be doing all this.
Exactly. Well, that's my point.
Yeah.
Your realtor is going to be doing all that homework for you, and then come back to you and say, hey, look, this is what I found out, and accordingly, this is what I recommend offering on this house. And the final decision is always yours. You can offer whatever you want. I mean, $500,000 house, you can offer $250 if you want. It doesn't mean the seller's going to respond to you. So, but, so the final decision is yours. You want to be realistic. You want to be reasonable based on that
The
seller's
comparables.
comparables and that seller's
situation,
circumstances, situations. Yes. So, is that it?
That's it.
That's pretty simple, right? So there's a lot to think about. You've got to do your homework. Have your buyer's your agent as your buyer's agent do the homework, and make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And
Ask your buyer's agent for a CMA, comparative market analysis.
Exactly.
If they don't know what it is, get a new.
Yeah,
Get a new
if your agent doesn't know what a comparable market analysis is, we need to find a different realtor. But in any case, so that's it. I hope you folks enjoyed the video. Please give us a thumbs up if you did. Leave some comments and subscribe to our channel right down there. We hope you join us on the next video where we talk about everything and anything real estate.
See you next time.
See you folks on the next video.